Welcome to week 8 of the Grindhouse Scrims. We have Aether on the killer at the moment, Bogo the Clown playing Wraith on Toe Landing. We have Downfall as survivors right now. The Dada is Victor Chevalier, Bobe, Sekshi, and Center Meklas. We've got some spicy map picks and hopefully some equally sweet plays. So we already have our first quote-unquote chase. Instantly leaves what I believe was the Dwight Victor Chevalier going up to main building. We already have Sekshi sitting at the window. First chase by DB's account. Goes into main building. Instantly kick the pallet. Now looking for a third survivor. Hit and run Wraith at its finest. Doing more running than hitting though, as there's already another pallet drop. And Residual Manifest coming in. Gonna make it harder for Wraith to find another generator, as Center Meklas gets Wraith off of them. Wraith going back up to contest the main building generator. Wraith is running Bamboozle, does have a way to deal with the window, but choosing not to use it, choosing to just go down the stairs. Still blind. And there's another pallet. Welcome to Toe Landing. Once again, leaving Sekshi, going back to the gen they found Center Meklas on. And this Kate is still here. Gonna get the uncloak. And might be able to get the hit at this pallet. It gets the hit and the pallet. That's a 2-for-1 special. This time choosing to stay on their target for the first time after any interaction. Gets caught up on the rock, or was it a mind game? We'll find out. And another pallet already dropped. These survivors have no issue dropping these pallets. Let's see if it's going to cost them later. And Wraith does get the bam on the window. This pallet already dropped. Center Meklas in a dead zone. Gonna go edge map. And gonna go down. Instantly picks up, and we're gonna see how many gens pop. No. There's the first gen. There's the second gen. There's the third gen. 3 gens. A lot of pallets. Gonna pop this gen to make sure that the fourth doesn't come quite as fast. Now gonna look for the survivor who popped this generator. Based on who we saw, this is probably Bobe. For anyone in chat asks the pronunciation, that is the proper requested pronunciation. Sees Sekshi, instantly goes back to hook. Predicts Bobe getting the unhook. Gonna take a hit for it. But will Wraith choose to go to tunnel? Yep, Wraith is gonna go tunnel. Center Meklas off the hook. BT is over by now. There's no pallets over here. This might be a second down on the Kate. And it will be. And that's the slight issue with dropping so many pallets early against a killer like the Wraith. Wraith is going to eat through them very fast. Bogo the Clown knows that. And there's nowhere Center Meklas can safely run besides an edge map. Gonna hear the likely a 7% skill check missed as the survivor leaves the gen. Not choosing to pop it, saves the pop. Gonna get value by kicking this gen. No kick speed add-on, by the way. It's more common on Dead Dog Saloon, not as necessary on Toe Landing. You see the aura of the hook turn to see, and for the people play. That hook turn tells the killer that there is an unhook coming in a little earlier. So Bogo knew someone was there. But Victor Chevalier gets the for the people play. Gives Kate a little bit more time before they get toned out, but Wraith is going to commit to it. But is Wraith going to commit to the Bamboozle? And they will. Fourth gen will pop though. Picks from the other side. Good zoning by the Wraith here. Nothing else that Kate will be able to do. Center mech loss going down for likely the last time. Looks all the way in the corner, gets the kill and gets the pop stack. Will Bago be able to make it to these gen to pop it? No, they will not. They have 3 stages, 1 fresh by the time the last gen pops. No endgame perks. No one escapes death. No way out. Beautiful gen efficiency by the survivors. They're not going to get punished for those early pallet drops that denied that fast first down that every killer is going to be looking for. And they still somehow have pallets left. At this point, it's likely that the far door is done. Survivors looking at a 6 stage as the worst case scenario, but they might be able to get Sekchi out of here. Bago does get the hit and the pallet, but that doesn't mean much anymore. Just looking for the down. Gets the fast uncloak. Sekchi runs into a wall, but it does not matter. Bago's just going to take the 6 stage 2 fresh, unless these survivors are even thinking of saving, and they shouldn't be. One's already left. Balbe's left. 6 stages, 2 fresh. What anyone says is a bad result. We don't see much Wraith Toba landing. I don't know the expected results, but we'll see how Downfall's killer and Aether survivors fare in the second half of this set. We'll be back. Here we are on the second half of the Aether versus Downfall Wraith Toba landing set. We have Downfall's Not Vision on the killer, and for Aether we have Voss, Zaya, Vastus, and PVT Demo. Vision currently looking for survivors, doesn't see anybody quickly. But the tie condition being 6 stages and 2 fresh makes this a little bit easier and a little more forgiving. We saw the Downfall survivor team last half. Their strategy was drop every pallet almost instantly, give Wraith no chance to play any mind games, play any 50-50s, or play on their power at all. But it looks like Aether's strategy is just a hard stealth. Wraith, halfway through the corrupt, 60 seconds into the match, spotted no survivors. And here we're going to find first gen progress, and PVT Demo gives him a very fast first hit. The 6 stage win con and Nowed in the back pocket. Can be Not Vision in the driver's seat. The great bamboozle and winning the 50-50 on the pallet. But the flashlight save is blocked by a wall. That's gotta hurt. So here comes the first hook. And Pain Res being used. Pain Res is allowed in this tier. However, Aether's Bago the Clown chose not to use it. Does see the second survivor. Edit. I saw the second survivor. Not sure if Vision did. The username of Not Vision seems to be checking out. Gets a fast hit on Vastus. I don't know if that's a 50-50 or just bad math. Doesn't matter though. Gets the hit before Vastus reaches the window. Demo's still on hook over there. Some great early pressure. And a second Pain Res as PVT Demo gets saved. With a win condition of 6 stages, getting 2 stages before the first gen pops. Thanks to the power of Pain Res and a good first down. Loses the 50-50. And again. Voss out here gets the vault just in time, forces Wraith to kick the pallet. Wraith chooses to leave. Voss goes over to the shack side. Sees someone on the gen, gonna bamboozle the window. Is running the faster vault, faster kick speed, pairing with Bandit's an extremely fast vault, and as a result of that and the speed from Wraith, gonna get the hit on to Xayah here before they can reach the safety of Shack Pallet. With how close Vastus is to reaching second, 2 injured survivors, Vision gonna proxy camp, see if this second stage is gonna come in. This will be 3 stages, 2 fresh. There it is. Sees, oh boy, body blocks Demo from the window, forces PvT Demo to give the Shack Pallet. And that's going to make this unhook even scarier. As soon as Vastus gets unhooked, you have no safety in Shack anymore. With Bamboozle and no pallet, Voss getting very easily hit on that window. However, doing a good job at the 50-50s. Everybody's injured though, against the Wraith, with somebody on the hook. Scratch that last part. 4 injured survivors, no sloppy in play, but still scary nonetheless. And Voss, stuck on the edge map, out a window, Vision with a almost dirty hit on that window. Split second later, and that's, someone's gonna say poke us. But gets this hook. This will be 4 stages. Already has 3 fresh. Now the win con becomes 6 stages. Needs 2 stages and no gens have popped. There are some gens that are high progress though. But I'd like to see you try to pop 5 gens with only 2 people getting hooked. Vision fully in control here. Misses the swing, but Kate has to go die edge map. And Vastus. Voss still on the hook. And there's the first gen pop as the 5th stage is going to be coming in. And the first kill that is. Vision needs 1 stage. Standing. Is this a standstill tech or an alt tab to Discord? That's a real gamer move right there. I don't think that Zarina, I don't think Demo saw that Wraith before they uncloaked. That's not a good sign. This down wouldn't be the win condition. Vision taking a second to fake the bing bong by Wraith. And if my math is correct, someone can tell me otherwise. But this should be the win right here. That is 6 stages. And that is 3 fresh. That is the win to downfall, but we're going to keep playing this one out. Second gen does get to pop. As Xayah gets the unhook across the map, Voss keeping the killer far enough away on this Toba landing 4 lane. And will get the hit. Somehow before chase started. Don't ask me how that one worked. Going to this edge map palette. Does get the drop and the stun. And if you asked me if there was a window here, I would not have been able to tell you. And Voss goes down. We're far enough away that Xayah and PvT Demo have gotten a chance to reset. Should have some progress on one of these generators. With no pain res being used on that hook and a bit of time to double, we might see a 3rd gen pop. But no, we see not Vision interrupt PVT Demo on what looked to be the save. Still going towards the hook while injured. Still has the main powered up. Chooses not to use it, I think to Vision's surprise. His vision was blocked by that pallet. Wins the 50-50 by faking the uncloak to get the faster kick speed. Wins the 50-50 again, as we do see that third generator pop. Doesn't get that hit, hits the rock, don't know if that's auto-aim. But there goes another filler pallet as Voss looks to be dying on hook. PVT Demo will not make it in time. Xayah finishing gen all the way across the map. That's a bam on the window. Voss is dead. And PVT Demo is down. And that should be based on the fact that Vision is slugging Xayah as a fresh hook, because Demo's dead on hook. Regardless on if Xayah gets out, this is still a win for Downfall, and a handed one at that. Gets the hook close enough to Shack for the guaranteed hack spawn, and has Noed. Unless Xayah is somehow here and body blocking the hatch. Wraith is going to get a very free and easy close of this hatch. But sees Xayah as well, but will still close the hatch. Gets the Noed. It's a Wraith with Noed. These gates are too close. Looking like this will be a 4K2 proper. But Xayah might be able to deny the hook and die to endgame collapse, but will result in the same victory for Downfall. So instead we'll be talking briefly about the next match. It will be Knight on Midwich with Downfall killing first. Once again, a very unusual map for this matchup. And as I say that, Xayah does get found. This is a Wraith with no one escapes death. A little bit of fake bell action there, but does end Xayah's misery. A little bit of nodders. I'm gonna get a very easy hook. We will see you here shortly for Knight on Midwich. Downfall up in the set, 1-0. Let's see if they can end it here, or is Aether going to push it to the tiebreaker? Find out soon. See you then. Welcome to set 2 of Aether versus Downfall. We have Downfall's TNAFer versus Aether's Survivor Squad that we saw last game of Voss, Xayah, PVT Demo, and Vastus. This is Knight on Midwich, and before you go to the wiki yourselves, keep your eyes peeled on the stream. Those add-ons are Call to Arms, which increases the max length and movement speed of patrol paths, and Lightweight Greaves, that gives haste when summoning the Jailer. We see TNAFer doing a little bit of renovations, and now finds the scratch marks of a survivor. Here we have PVT Demo in the first chase. Going to this, what is usually a god palette, but Knight just says no. Almost gets the 2-tap. Swing doesn't come in though. That's usually a strong palette against almost any other killer on Midwich, but Knight kinda just says no to loops. And says no to that window vault as well. Demo going down quickly. Does not get to make it to the pallet, as TNAFer does hear some generator progress. Fastest hovering for the flashlight save, just like last set. Does not get it, just like last set. We have the Carnifex, the long chaser on Vastus, giving TNAFer a bit of slowdown as he goes and pops his generator. Artifacts does get the hit onto Vastus as the unhook comes in by Voss. Drops that guard a little too short, but does still hit Voss. But PVT Demo gets a lot of distance. Vaults the window. Knight not kicking the door yet. And you see that generator being yellow from Call of Brine. Not frequently used in competitive, but viable in niche situations, and it looks like this might be one of them. PVT Demo boxed in, sandwiched between a rock and a hard place with a knight and his guard. TNAF now going to basement, getting the second hook before any generators pop. Demo's pain res was used on the first hook, so not missing out from the pain res from going to basement. Still has pop Columbine to work with after this hook. Does hear someone working on the gen, and will get spotted by the guard. Gets the hit anyways, and once again, everybody is injured while somebody is on hook. And now we just have an assassin patrolling this gen. Does see someone on this upstairs gen, high progress. And there's another Columbine. I believe that might have been 2 people. But regardless, going to be very difficult to save PVT Demo. And we see survivors just cranking a gen, and they do get to pop it. But will that cost PVT Demo their life? I don't see scratch marks. I don't see a survivor. And we will no longer be seeing PVT Demo in this match. Here's the sound of a skill check from Call of Brine, I believe. And before anyone asks what that noise was, Spectator and DBD is a wonderful thing. That was Zarina being sent to the entity. And a chase with the injured Vastus, but the second gen does pop before this chase started. Survivors in a rough spot, but getting some gens done. Better than the last match. Gets hit at the window though. Looking around likely for a pain res. Spectators cannot see which hooks are pain res, so we'll find out, but we can guess this one will be pain res. And that is a correct assumption. It does give time for Voss and Zaya to get the double heal though. And TNAF just trying to do some scouting. Has a lot of gens left, and the guard does find one. That is the Carnifax. It's going to be a 24-second chase. Zaya might have been able to get back to the banner, but chooses to keep looping. Interesting decision if you ask me, possibly expecting the knight to come, but the banner regardless looked nice and free. Zaya gets hit as a result, now zoned. This seems playable against a lot of killers, Knight not being one of them, and Zaya does go down. We know there's a pain res hook in the room adjacent to this one. We'll likely see Zaya being carried there again. Yep. And we'll make this hook. This was shorter than the last carry. And Vastus gets healed. It's very unlikely to see self-heals in comp Dead by Daylight. That was likely Voss healing Vastus. So no generators being worked on for the past 16-ish seconds. Knight has plenty of time to just scout, make sure nothing fishy is happening. As the jailer gets a very long patrol. But spots Vass hovering next to the unhook, waiting for the knight to go farther away. And this is going to spell disaster for Aether. As this should lock on, and it does. That's a Carnifex chase. Leaves Voss alone. Thinking Voss might drop down. Is this a high IQ player just camping out Xayah? I'm unsure. Might be both. And confirms the second stage on Xayah. Unsure where Vastus is. They might be cranking a generator. It's been long enough we might see this pop not too far in the future. And thank you, Spectator. Vastus on a high progress generator. Should be getting it to pop in the next 10 seconds unless Knight interrupts it. Knight does interrupt it. And that'll be a Columbine kick on this extremely high progress generator. Kate did not want to greet it. That might spell disaster, as we're unsure if Xayah will be able to get saved. Vastus in a chase with a guard, Voss injured, Knight nearby. And Vastus does get spotted, likely on the way to get the save. Voss now having to think about if they want to save the friend or finish that generator. This might be late enough in the game that just popping that generator, giving your killer player a little bit easier of a win condition, might be the correct play. Xayah dies on hook. TNAF knowing Voss should be crank generator, but it's a different generator. It's the music room gen. High progress, it gets popped because Voss is zoned. Has nothing to work with. And Knight going straight back to this high progress generator, making sure it doesn't go. 4K3 versus 4K2 is not a big difference in pubs, but it is a huge difference in competitive. Having that generator go or having someone get out the hatch right now might be the difference of a tie set, a won set, and a lost set. So taking some time to slug Voss, looking for Vastus, checking to make sure there's no generators being snuck by the injured Kate, and does find Vastus. This should be a 4K3, and that's going to be hard to do any better than. TNAFer from Downfall giving a great opportunity for their survivor team to just crank out 3 generators and send Aether packing. Finds the Atom, and unless Midwich hooks are Midwich hooks, which they are not, that'll be a 4K3. We have a second, as it's going to take a little while for these survivors to die. We're going to see Aether's killer play against Downfall's survivor team on Knight Midwich, depending on the result and if teams are wanting to do set 3. And then the tiebreaker set will be Clown on Grim Pantry. We had 3 very unusual map picks for these killers. But hopefully, it's been enjoyable to watch. You see, Vastus is a couple seconds away from dying. That'll make Voss immediately skip to second and third stage, as TNAFer is contemplating how Knight with hitboxes work. It's a confusing task for all of us. And a nice selfie for the stream. We'll see you shortly for the second half of Aether versus Downfall. Knight on Midwich, Tycon 4K3. See you soon. Welcome back to the second half of the Knight on Midwich Aether versus Downfall set. Apologies for the delay. The teams were dealing with some technical difficulties and a few other snafus. We now have Aether's Bugger the Clown against Downfall's survivors, if I'm reading things correctly, of Bobe, Sekshi, Victor Chevalier, and TNAFer. And Aether's Bog of the Clown has found the first chase on Downfall's Victor Chevalier. Much appreciated. Changed the DBD name to match the Discord name, helping me out a lot. And there comes the first hit. Couple unusual swings at the pallet, but it's night. Everything's bugged. These add-ons, by the way, in case you did not figure it out by that right there, is double Carnifex. And the green is Guards Inflict Mangled. As Bago is going to get the tag on Tnaffer, who is hovering. Should make this pickup on Victor Chevalier safe. We'll find out, but it's not. Sexy here for the pallet save. And denying that first down is going to deny that first pop, deny the timing to apply that Columbine, and deny a lot of pressure. Means that Bobe, who has been likely sitting on a generator, has a lot more time to work that first gen. Carnifex continues to chase the pallet through the window and the pallet. Sekshi is trying to take a hit, and the guard would not get the hit onto either of them. Here Sekshi is once again trying to protect Victor Chevalier. Victor vaults. Sekshi stays at the pallet, now gets the vault, and Bago does not get the swing on that. That previously placed assassin does find its way onto Victor. We'll see if Sekshi can find a way to catch up. This might be 2 hits on 2 survivors. That assassin doesn't reach, sees a high progress generator though. And that's the first gen pop. Reminder, tie condition is 4k3. The win con for these survivors is to pop 3 gens, and was that a pebble? Okay, can we get confirmation that's a pebble? That's more important than the chase. Pebble is more important than chase. Can anyone tell me that was a pebble? That was a pebble. I've been informed that was a pebble. That's the most important comp that I will be casting today. You're welcome, chat. And their first hook, the survivor tie condition has been met of 4k3. With the easier win con leaves survivors room to run perks like Pebble. A sentence I thought I would never get to say in competitive Dead by Daylight, but today is a first for everything. Sending a guard down the stairs. Gotta keep a very close eye on these generators and this hook. Bago nodding like they heard me. I can confirm they could not hear me. I sure hope not. Checking some of these downstairs generators. Sees this one has some progress. Saw the survivor go this way. Unhook comes in as Tnaffer gets the chase. Guard will lock on, but has to go back to the hook, try to get a kill to give themselves a chance at holding this tie condition. And there's the down onto Victor. We've got Bobe hovering with a flashlight and a pallet. Knight locking onto Bobe. That's an assassin. That might be enough to get a double tap, but Bago takes the 1 for free. Everyone's injured. Gonna be hard to get this pallet save. Giving Bago a second hook, but the generator pops. That should be the win condition. And that will be the final result of not just the set, but the match 2 out of Downfall. But we will continue playing out this match. I believe Bago heard somebody else's cries, but they're probably up the ramp already. Gonna stay, try to make sure that Victor, the Dwight, does not make it off that hook alive. Everyone is injured As I say that, someone gets healed. Since the night passed, to make sure it locks on to Sekshi, checks the third story, or got lost on what floor they were on. The unhook does come in. Sekshi's zoned off of the banner, gonna have to sit having this guard chase, and Bobe gets the further people onto Victor Chevalier on the tunnel out, denying Knight the tunnel out, or at least delaying it, as Bago will commit to Victor. Got nothing to lose and nothing to play for but pride and the best result possible, so it makes some sense, as that swing does not hit. The fourth generator pops in the distance. Carnifax sitting at the pallet, pushing Victor away from the pallet. Eats the hit. Gonna have to run back through the guard. Manages to sneak by as Carnifax is just standing there menacingly. And this chase is just gonna be hold W. Welcome to Midwich. There goes the second pebble and the Nodders. And the last generator popping. T-Naffer with the adrenaline. Tempted to leave the chase. I think Bago, the Clown, not being able to play Clown is heartbreaking. That was the tiebreaker set. Appreciating the guard's hard work. That might have been a third pebble, I'm not sure. Bago is fine with these survivors leaving, as this match has already been lost for Team Aether. And that'll be the set and the match.
Alright, welcome back to week 8 of Grindhouse. We have Vicinal versus Azureus here. Sweaty Nursemain as the killer for Vicinal on the Plague to start us off. Pretty standard add-ons, pretty standard build, and it looks like a pretty standard gen split as well, with a nice little red pool here by the mid-gen that they have already started on a little bit. Playing a little bit aggressive here. But no crazy 5-gen or anything, it looks like. So we'll see what the survivors of Azureus can do. We have the No Mither in play, which has been seeing a lot more use in this Plague set recently across different games that I've seen. Lets that player not really care about getting infected. They're already going to be injured, they can pick themselves up. Not a viable slug target. Has some nice uses. So just doing some renovations around the main building here. Also see one of our 2 totems. We have our only remaining totem. That is now the rune in that main building, so we'll likely be holding this top side 3-gen as best they can. Yeah, as we saw the No Mither player there making use of their perk getting injured by cleansing that totem. Or getting infected, rather, by cleansing that totem, but it does not matter. They are already injured, so that is just a free infection. That does not matter to the Azureus survivors. A little bit of a chase starting, but just running bot side, and Sweaty Nursemaid has no interest in those bottom side gens. The top side 3-gen is what she plans to hold. And it looks like we're going to be in for that long game here. Pressure on this gen already, though. Here, the survivor behind Water Tower makes distance safely back to the mid-map. And a very aggressive pool power here to punish the No Mither play. But likely we'll have to commit to bot side to make use of this power. I would not be surprised to see the rest of the survivors stealth this power out. This is a very early power grab with only 1 survivor infected. But Sweaty Nursemaid likely feeling the pressure with Corrupt about to run out that something needs to happen. Could be in danger of a possible stun here at this shack. It's a very strong tile. Dodges the power in locker. Well done by Hero. Full infection comes through, but again, already injured from the No Mither. Does not flare, so does not get hit by that shot. A good attempt by Nursemaid. Pre-drops the pallet, but does go down in the shack. Likely going to lose Rune if they know where the totem is, but a basement hook is not the worst case scenario. There is still a good gen lock on the bot side of this map for Sweaty Nursemaid here. So likely going to lose the Rune and probably some topside gens if crosses happen during that chase, as I would expect, but the 3-gen here is more than serviceable if needed. Do some scouting, see what we see now. Yeah, it looks like Nursemaid is pivoting now to this bot side, not even wanting to cross into that mid 3-gen. To check by the water tower there. Looks like they are content to just stand by this basement hook. Want to make sure we get infect and possibly just a trade at a minimum on anyone who comes for this save last minute. Yeah, we see a top gen popping there. Likely get to see more here soon. No progress on these bottom gens whatsoever. And yeah, so a little bit of a lull here as we just let the survivors work those gens. Yeah, Rune gets cleansed as well. They see it on the top side of the map. Sweaty Nurse checking basement, making sure no one is there for the sneaky save, hiding from earlier in the game. As only one gen popped, so there was a little bit of a worry of that. I think Sweaty was expecting, and yeah, there's the next gen pop. Hero does go second. As probably is expected with a basement hook this early. And now it's going to be a tunnel out on the No Mither survivor, even if the save does come through. So that could be, we're just unable to be healthy ever, even with a cleanse. Could be fairly dangerous. This 3-gen, as I puked on, and there comes the save actually. So survivor did sneak through or was stealthing. If Sweaty Nurseman is able to get Hero back down, this could be a very fortunate tunnel out. And Plague really wants the 3v1 to make this 3-gen holdable for them. Finds him behind the shack, and yeah, I don't know what he has. Gonna have to have an excellent chase here. Has a mid-map pallet. Good stun. That's gonna buy a lot more distance to top side, and that's exactly what he needs. Might be difficult to get all the way to main, but at least has some strong tiles. And yeah, Nursemain does not think they can continue the chase. Worried about the pressure they're gonna have on the bot side gens. Kirby at least infected, but not yet injured. And now in chase here, likely gonna be hit. Yep, through the pallet. No need to throw that when you're already going to be injured by the infection and waste the resource, so well played by Kirby there. And yeah, so all 3 topside gens now complete. We have 2 more mid gens and 2 more bot gens here. And the 4-gen is, this gen is a little bit far from the others, but it's, yeah, they're starting to get progress. Surprisingly does not puke on that, just trying to find whatever survivor was over here. Checking edge map tiles, no crow sounds. Convinced someone's back here on this wall though, but I do not see the survivor, and neither does Sweaty Nursemaid. Just kicking the gen. Still opting not to puke on it though, which surprises me with 2 survivors still healthy. Bit of an odd choice. We hear Kirby again working on this gen, pressuring logs, being aggressive. But this is actually Hero, my mistake. I just heard the coughing. This is a very dangerous spot for the tunnel out target to be. But confident in their chase. And it does have a strong tile here, makes it back to the mid-map. But yeah, Sweaty's going to be more than happy to commit to this. This is in the gens. And yeah, drops, try to get the tag on Kirby here. Hero playing very aggressive, being on that log gen. Yeah, down comes through. Might be a little bit worried about a save here. I believe head-on is banned in this set though, due to the recent plague bugs. So no risk of a head-on save, but flashlight firecracker could still happen. A very nice pain res location in the middle of the bot side here. And we heard some screams go off, likely on that far side gen. Oh yeah, there is Corey on the Dwight. Might get an infection here, so if you get a little bit of snipe. Not quite, crouches the power. Still hear Hero coughing around that wall somewhere. So we're going to see what the survivors can do now. Crow in this far side, someone like that. Oh, this back gen has so much progress. This is so huge for the survivors. And yeah, he's not even infected yet. Oh, now he is. But yeah, that is... Yeah, save comes through as he's coming on this far side. But excellent progress on this back gen. If they're able to pop this before a survivor dies, it's looking very good for Azureus survivors. And yeah, Midwest choosing to die edge map here. A little bit strange to me. Unless the gen is very close to popping, I do question this decision. A pain res is going to come through rather quickly. We know there's one on that mid-map hook that she should be able to make it to. And if this one is also a pain res, let's find out. It is not. No pain res for that hook, so that is actually huge for the survivors. And now they're going to know that there is no pain res in that corner. They have to make it all the way to the mid-map. So that death spot, even though it's in the gens, might be good. We see the tunnel out again. It looks like a live to top side there. At a fast pull on the survivor. Sweaty committing this top side though, and gens could fly if this chase is not very quick. Very good stun again by Hero. Just buying every extra second. Forcing the pallet break on the Sunsafe pallet, which surprises me, but yeah, well played. A gen pops, one left, they're likely tripling it. This is looking very good for Azureus. It's a very strong showing by them. And yes, playing with Godrock, and this is the pallet you want to break. This does run into the tree though. Forces to pick the survivor because of the No Mither as well. You cannot slug this. It will just be wasted time. And there is still pain res available on the survivor though, and that I think is what Sweaty is going for by not taking this directly to bot side. But it's too late. The gens are done, and both doors are bot side as well. This is looking like a 5-stage. I would not be surprised to see all the rest of the survivors get out. Corey's still healthy even, could take a body block if he needs to. Again, Plague has to walk all the way down to the shack side of this map now. 1 light on the gate already. 2, that's the healthy survivor working the gate. And pressure the shack. Shack pallet is gone, so it's just a window here. Gate will likely be open in the meantime if the other gate is ready as well. Sweaty really wants to get this down, though. He's going to be very patient when they're zoning. Corey's still healthy. There might be some cleanses coming through. That was very good pathing by Midwest. I think he's just out. I think that's a 5-stage. And yeah, as long as Kirby's door is open, that'll be a 5-stage. Looks like he's playing, and not playing for the door, actually playing for the hatch, which is just as good. Yeah, excellent play by Azureus survivors. That was very well done. And we'll be going into game 2 shortly. Alright, welcome back to Grindhouse Week 8, Vicinal versus Azureus. We have Kirby on the Plague this go-around. For Azureus as their killer, and Vicinal on the survivors. Azureus put up a very good 5-stage, 3 fresh win con, 1k I believe. And we are back on the Suppa Pit. Gen split again looks pretty reasonable. So no crazy 5-gen on either side. And a pretty similar build for both of the Plagues. We do have the spicy Pentimento there in the corner, though. That very well might come into play. So we will see how these survivors opt to play this game. However they decide, aggressive or passive and slow, it needs to be clean. They cannot give up very many hook stages at all. This is going to be a very, very tough win con for them to meet. Doable, but Plague can start going wrong very quickly. If there is an early tunnel out, the 3v1 can get very hairy, especially if there's a very strong 3-gen left. So we will have to see how this goes. A little bit of a slow start here, just puking on our gens, watching our cross. And no, I don't think we've seen any survivors quite yet. But yeah, once again, about 3 gens at the top side. Does not quite get that puke on the gen over the main building. No contagion bonus, but doesn't look like he's too worried about it anyway. Doesn't want to commit the time. But a pretty spread 3-gen on this top side. This mid-gen is pretty nice, though. And then 3 more gens on the bottom side. Also a bit spread out, but reasonable to hold, especially in a 3v1. Totem down here as well. Has not been cleansed yet, surprisingly, especially when it's open on that hill like that. I would have expected the survivors to have already cleansed that totem, but they do not seem to be aware of it quite yet. We have scratch marks here on the water tower. Looks like that's G-Bot's shiny Jake, and that it is. So we'll be in chase at shack here, trying to get the infection. Misses a little bit, greeds the pallet, and gives the infection there finally. The totem does get cleansed on the hill, but that means that survivor is not topside. Full infection now at the shack. Might be a very similar situation with a down in basement. But I do think the 3-gen was a little bit stronger last time. Playing some mind games around shack, G-Bot not getting caught out by that. And leaving the chase, actually. Does not want to play the strong tile. Checking to see if he could find that survivor who cleansed that totem. But that survivor appears to be long gone, whoever that was. Crosses have likely happened at this point. The chase has been down here for quite some time. An aggressive swing on that window does not connect. And we are still on the shack. G-Bot doing his best to buy as much time for gens to progress to get done as he can. The corrupt has ended. So survivors could be working anywhere they would like at this point. And G-Bot just playing the shack very well. A strong window might be able to make it back towards some mid-map tiles if he makes that vault. Goes inside and does not commit. Is there a head-on play possibly? No, makes this God Rock though. Does not drop the pallet. Chooses to emote die under it. So Kirby does have to be worried about a save, and there's a Claudette hiding in the basement. With a flashlight and a sprint burst there. Gets infected. A good read by Kirby. So G-Bot is now just slugged. Only 2 survivors at the most working gens. And without the shack pallet here, this could be a second down reasonably quickly if Nursemaid is not careful. Fakes the window, gets injured by the infection though, and doesn't have anything else to work with here. That's 2 downs on the bot side of the map. This is a good start for Kirby. Gen pops on the top side, and likely no other survivor is going to be here. Find out shortly. Yeah, no footsteps. So just going to take this hook onto G-Bot. This is going to be 2 hooks. Yeah, 2 gens pop. That's both survivors at the top side. This is a lot of pressure. So very, very good start. If he's able to get these hooks close together, a painter is there. Not sure it got too much value with the stealth survivor in basement that we discovered here. But if he's able to just hold these 2 hooks with power, this could be Huge. Alright, the unhook comes through quickly, as needed, so good play there by Vicinal. Opting to go basement here with Sweaty Nursemaid. And a little bit of an interesting choice. I personally would have gone for the hill. You have a red pool on the hill, as well as the Pentimento that he's likely about to pop here. Basement's still defendable, though. Especially if this hook over here was it's not on the hill, excuse me, but it's near the hill right there. But did not opt to go for that. Still grabs power. So this basement save is not going to happen anytime soon. And Kirby realizes they're probably not going to be on it. Venturing out into the mid-map, trying to catch someone off guard here with this power and get another down. Playing very aggressively here, I like it. We have progress on this gen. Survivor behind the wall, G-Bot's caught back out again. This could be second hook. But a Survivor, good dodge by G-Bot there. Meanwhile, Survivor in basement gets saved. So good split by the Survivors here. G-Bot needs to survive this chase and buy some time. But yeah, power just too deadly on this Ormentile. And a quick pick as well. Already Panos, hear another Survivor coughing in the background there. Likely looking for the quick save, Claudette as well. Power still available. This is a very dangerous spot to be. And actually, my mistake, that is the Ada coughing, not the Claudette. But a healthy Survivor here. Yeah, gets tagged by the power. It just has this long wall 4 lane here. This is a lot of pressure from Kirby. And not a lot of pressure on these bot side gens. Going for a little bit of a fancy shot of the rock, does not quite make it. Pentimento gets cleansed. Save comes through. And the down on Kirby, or by Kirby, excuse me. Onto dead on the Ada there. Does not get stunned out of power, so well played by him. Likely this will be another pain res coming through onto the gens. There it is. Alright, and everyone is now infected, so this is going to be much more dangerous here. G-Bot at risk of being tunneled out, going to have to play extra carefully. Do not want to be in the 3v1 with a 3-gen Estelle up as much as you can help it. But we're really on a 1 perk plague at this point. Until more Pentamentos get put up, we just have pain res, but that may be all they need. Their second pool also on the spot side of the map, and looks like they're going to go grab it now. Keep that pressure high. Not give anyone a time to reset or even get gen progress. This hook is well positioned between two very important gens. The gen opposite side of Shank there could be being worked and is an important part of this 3-gen puzzle that Kirby wants to hold. But we're creeping in on the win con already. Dead going second here would be the tie, I believe. Gen pops in the distance, another top side gen. But yeah, they're going to have to get saves here, or Azureus is likely going to take this first set. Yeah, good progress on this gen. Oh, it does pop. So yeah, 3-gen is broken. So an X, this is what they need. This is... But the power is so deadly on the rock here. Just barely makes it. Good dodge there by Sweaty Nursemaid. Needs a couple more of those. Tree for the rescue. They pulled that off of hook. Tycon currently reached. The gen doing some excellent blocking of the power for Sweaty Nursemaid here. Excellent pathing by the Claudette, but it does look like they're just going to go down the one here, unfortunately. Just could not, excuse me, got zoned a bit by the power and could not play the safe check spots on the jungle gym. But this 6 hook stage here will be the win for Azureus. As good as Vicinal did breaking this 3-gen here, just too much pressure through the power and the early double slug that Kirby had on the bot side of the map. And we find another Survivor here at main building. So the action continues. Just an M1 chase though, the power is gone. Gonna opt to break the pallet. You can now slow the game down a little bit. Wincon is reached. 3-gen is broken. Survivors will likely get out here, so it will still be a good result, I'm anticipating. Yeah, gen's already done. Door's gonna... Looks like both bot side save comes through. Good lunge hit onto the Ada. Sprint burst holding here, just buying time with the free borrowed time. And there she goes. Claudette off into the wind. Playing the window. Bit of vault here. Not going for the mind game. But someone will have to come back up dead. Dead is only worth 1 stage, so not the worst. They'll likely maybe just take these outs. Oh no, they are trying to get the rescue here. G-Bot maybe caught out of position here. Does have a strong rock pallet. Pre-drops it there. See how his check spots are. Chooses to greed. Excellent greed. Has another god pallet here as well, actually, on this rock. Off a bit of a reach on that hit. Unfortunate for G-Bot. Some WS as well. From our killer here, but yeah, Sweaty gets picked up, or Dead, excuse me, gets picked up in the meantime. And that looks like it will be a 7-stage game. I would expect the rest of the survivors to make it out from the distance that Gbot made in that chase. A strong result from the Vicinal survivors as well, but unfortunately not enough, and Azureus will be taking the plague set here. As the survivors are patiently waiting at the gate, I believe. Surprised to not have them leave yet. But yeah, there they go. Gate maybe not quite all the way open, making sure everyone is out safely. Yeah, that is a win for Azureus, and we will be headed into the Wraith set momentarily on Dead Dog Saloon. All right, and we are back with Grindhouse Week 8, Set 2 here, the Wraith between Vicinal and Azureus. We're back. Azureus is again on Killer with Kirby. Heard a Survivor drop down in main there, and we are on the Wraith DDS. Pretty standard build by the look of it from Kirby here. Pop and Painrez though, no Sloppy or no Ed here, so pretty regression-heavy build. The Wind, can't remember the name right now, but I think it's Shadowstorm. Fast kick out on there. We see with the Bamboozle on the window as well. Breaking some doors, no renovations. A very quick water tower pallet used. Gbot with the body block on the door here, forcing the uncloak before it makes the window. And perfectly spaced, does not get hit by the Wraith there. So we start the first real chase here onto Gbot. Pre-bams the window and goes back to water tower, but does not commit. Sees the survivor on the bottom side gen here and wants to pressure that instead. Likely make the shack window though. Good use of the fence, even though there was no pallet there. And makes it back. The pallet is actually on the Wraith side here. A little bit of 50-50 mind games, but yeah, excellently spaced by Bath Time Gray here. Good pre-drop, does not get the stun, unfortunately. And fully commits to the cloak, breaks the pallet. Gray is going to have to leave this tile. Gets the slow vault on the window, Bam will come through, and Shack Pat will likely have to be dropped here. A little bit of patience from Gray, though. And actually opting to go to this pallet near the gallows. And yeah, wins that chase as well. Drop down by Ada from gallows. Kirby opting to leave the ace and go for another survivor, see if has any better luck. A pretty weak side tile here, likely will get this hit. Does. Ada will likely be able to make it to main, or at least the back wagon pallet here, if it exists. Does not. Looks like we're going to have to go to the 11 rock pallet. This is a good death spot, but it is likely Ada's death, unfortunately. It's very hard to get away from this pallet once you're here, even though it is nice and safe away from all the gens. It can buy you a good bit of time. As we see, winning some good 50s, some good vaults. It fakes that one as well. Excellently done by Dead here, buying as much time as he can for his team. And looks like we're just going to be bloodlusting. Makes that vault as well. Vaults back. Just an excellent chase on this pallet by Dead. Very well done. Likely going to get a gen, actually, for this. Oh, even misses that swing. It was just very, very well played. Does go down eventually. But 2 gens pop. That's all you can ask for. That was an excellent chase by Dead there. And a pretty good start to the game. A lot of resources burned through, though. And we'll see if we make a pain res here, likely. Normally one of these top 2 hooks do end up being pain res, but if you're unlucky, they may not be. And yet, no pain res there. So that makes that even more attractive death spot than normal for the Vicinal survivors here. Breaks the door in main, and we get a 3rd gen pop for that chase. So very, very good start by Vicinal here. Gbot going back towards that safe little town tile there, but Kirby not wanting to commit to the chase. Checking his gens elsewhere, seeing where progress is, and just proxying the hook a little bit here. We have some progress on main being started now. Likely a bit too late to fully camp this to death, though. The pull does come through as well as soon as he goes into main. So excellent communication by the survivors. And Kirby will be going for this tunnel line here. A strong pallet, though. Going to have to take the hit onto Gray instead. Dead is safe for the moment, as he tries to make it back towards the shack side, away from where the gens need to be completed. A good body block on the shack there. Very, very well done. And Dead goes down. Might be a basement hook here. Still has the painters available. Kirby worried about the save. Checking locker there. And yeah, just looks like we are going basement. Not opting for painters here is a little bit surprising to me. We likely do have progress on those top gens during that chase. Unless the pain res is just in very unfortunate spots, it's gonna be interesting there. Yeah, a lot of progress on that main gen we see. We'll have the pop here at least to get some regression on it, but we'll have to check on those other gens as well. This is the injured Gray up here as well. Save comes out on the basement. Likely gonna have to go back to that tunnel lot now. Gray's gonna be safe for the time being. Shack pallet up as well, still saving this resource, and very patient from Ada here as well. A gen pops the distance, already down to 1 gen, 2 hook stages so far. The blind at the pallet, and Dead is going to be pretty much trapped in this campground area. But there are no gens over here. This is where she wants to be, and is only worth 1 hook stage at this point in the game. Still going to have a painters available if this down comes through quickly, but Kirby needs to get this down quickly before the last gen pops. And it looks like a body block might be here as well, or at least a threatened flashlight slave to delay the pain resonance. Yeah, Sweaty Nursemaid taking a tag, Kirby opting to injure her and make this save even riskier. And an unfortunate miss, or a hit there from Kirby. Dead getting caught out of position a little bit on that pallet. Maybe a quick pain res? And it is indeed. So some life still in this game for Kirby. Gonna have to cross the map though and get back to these gens. If they're doubling, they still might complete even with the pain res. But a pop, likely, if he makes it in time, will push this into a 3v1 with 2 injures, which might be holdable. No, yeah, they finish it. Doubled. Quick and quiet. A little bit of a... might be a head-on threat in there, but G-Bot gonna get pulled. The only healthy survivor, notably. Maybe possibly worried about Noed? I'm not sure exactly why he went back on that locker. But this could be a 6th stage, which is still a good result. Yeah, it looks like they're going to take the 6th stage here, concerned about a Noed. I believe they saw the perks, though, with that pain res on the last gen, so maybe a little bit of a misread by the Vicinal survivors. But Kirby will gladly take the gifted stages at the end of the game there. 6 stages, 2 fresh. And we'll be going to Vicinal's killer here now, next, to see what they can do. Alright, and we're back again. Grindhouse Week 8, Game 2, Set 2. The Wraith here, G-Bot on the killer for Vicinal. The Vicinal survivors put up a pretty good 2k6 result, and it's going to be up to G-Bot now to get a better result for his team so they can make it to the tiebreaker with Azureus up 1-0 in the overall matchup. We find Hero here, who was excellent in the Plague Chase, doing some renovations mid-chase here with G-Bot as he gets the main building. And a little bit of, yeah, pretty standard build. No Bamboozle, though, which is, I kind of like, honestly. I feel like just breaking the door is good enough in a lot of cases, and we'll have to see if that is the case. Opting to leave that chase and look for survivors elsewhere. Rune proccing on that generator. A good body block on the water tower gen will likely result in a hit here. Just barely misses on Corey. Excellent pathing by the Dwight. And now going to get this drop on the water tower. Greeds it even. Rune gets cleansed as well. So 1 perk already down. No corrupt as well in this build. So looking for a quick down. G-Bot is here. And a lot of regression to fall back on. Does get the tag on the window, but with both doors here, this is likely going to buy a good bit of distance. But Wraith will be able to catch up. He's very, very quick once he gets into that cloak. A missed skill check, it looked like, on the Gallows gen gives away the position of at least one other survivor. A lot of noise notifications going off in the background here. The lack of Bamboozle will there be revealed if... And an excellent head-on. Of course, saw the Bamboozle, that is. Head-on into Firecracker by Kirby, though. Azureus survivor is putting up a very good showing in both sets so far today. This is a very, very good start. If the gen pressure is also where it needs to be, this is going to be an excellent start. Having to drop this pallet. Likely this can be bloodlusted, but a hit tank coming in from Kirby as well. The sloppy will make that a little more punishing, but opting to excuse me, not opting to go for Kirby there, sticking onto Corey, and back at this unsafe pallet gets the grab as well. Gen progress should likely be coming through here. Let's see if this is the pain release, and it is. Hits the Gallows gen as well as the highest progress. And it's likely gonna pop on this as well, so a very crucial down timing for G-Bot here. Injured survivor as well, not even going for the pop. This is likely gonna be a 2nd down, which is exactly what he needs to snowball this pressure. As good as that early chase was, gens did not pop for it, and the heavy regression build for G-Bot is gonna have a chance to shine. Yeah, this gen almost was like, it had to be so close before the pain res. And just looking like we're choosing to slug Kirby once they get this to a 3v1 as fast as possible. And no Bamboozle makes the shack a little bit safer. A gen pops in the background there. And we get, shack pallet gets dropped. We're playing these campground pallets now. Good, safe play by Corey, giving the pallets, buying as much time, knows he needs to stay alive for this tunnel out to not happen. Vaults the window, no Bamboozle, a body block as well from Hero DVD here. This is an excellent team play. But no heal even on Kirby yet, so the Sloppy definitely doing its work. They're just waiting it out, and as I say that, I'm corrected. Kirby does get healed. But yeah, Corey does not have much else to work with. Just this last unsafe pallet. Water Tower's already gone. Shack is already gone. He's going to be in a bit of a dead zone here. Oh, dude, I thought Water Tower was gone. It was greeted earlier. That is my mistake. So yeah, even as one more safe pallet here to work, this is buying a lot of time. Excellent chase by the survivors. This pallet by itself is weak, but it has a strong window behind it if he's able to make it. But the down does come through. Painter's already used. Would expect another gen to pop here in the distance. But it will at least get another hook and another pop potential for G-Bot here while Hero is still injured. Likely going to want to hold these bot side gens, and he will make it back to Gallows. Gallows will not get completed. Another pop will come through. This is a lot of regression. You'll see the scratch marks there as the survivor did make it away. But yeah, 2 hooks now, a Death Hook survivor at 4 gens. The Sloppy putting in a lot of wasted time on the survivors. The hit tanks are good and making the chases longer, but the gens are just not getting completed. And that's what they need. Gens got to get done for the outs to come through. Little tag there on the Midwest, and no balance, so no exhaustions at all in this set, I believe, in fact. So does not opt for the chase in main, though. Worried about the unhook. Sees the scratch marks. Kirby going for the save. But Corey is going to be in a tough spot. Kirby's likely going to have to take another body block for him, minimum, to get him to something safe. He'll have these town tiles to play, as well as the down water tower palette. But Corey's going to need a good chase here for the 6-stage result to hold for Azureus. 1 gen comes through. We're going to need to see a couple more before Corey goes down for Azureus to feel good about their win con here. Playing this palette. Good greed. Buy some time. Might get hit here, though. It's going to be close. Does drop the pallet. Hero here for the body block. We saw another survivor in Shack. But this is all 4 survivors injured now. If another survivor wants to take a body block, it will have to be a down. Which is highly risky, but sometimes worth it just to prevent the 3v1. 3v1 makes this much harder, especially with the high regression build that G-Bot still has with the Painters and Pop. Just barely misses that with the speed from the Uncloak. It was very close to a hit. No Bamboozle makes this tile pretty safe. 1 door already broken, though. So it is bloodlustable. Does vault, vaults back as well, and dodges the hit again. Entity blocking the window. Excellent timing by Corey, just barely avoiding those hits. Every second's going to matter here as they try to get those gens done. But yeah, everyone's going to be injured. Corey goes down, so we'll be in a 3v1. And Wraith, with everyone injured, can go south very quickly for the survivors. Even without Painters or Pop here, this could just snowball into slugs. A very precarious spot for Azureus survivors here. 1 heal comes through, some progress on Gallows, but not near enough to completion. Sees the injured survivor trying to bait the drop. The healthy survivor's up there as well. A gen gets finished in the distance. Pop gonna come through on the Gallows, just securing his gen lock on the bot side of the map. And choosing to chase the healthy survivor on the weaker side. Does not want to chase in main without Bamboozle. Which, rightfully so, it is a very strong tile that can waste a lot of time, and that is not what he wants right now. Likely will be able to avoid the hit here for a little bit, at least Kirby, but yeah, good greed, gets away. Excellent little freedom pathing there, away from the pallet, makes it back in time without injury. The heal comes through onto Hero. This excellent chase by Kirby here, buying time, is exactly what they need to get these heals off. They're in the 3v1, but fully healed now, so the precarious situation of everyone being injured, no longer a concern. And G-Bot just bloodlusting this pallet and trying to force Kirby to stay in the unsafe area. He will make it to Shack, but Shack pallet's gone. I don't remember if the door's broken. Let's find out. Door's broken as well. So it's basically just a long wall. No Bamboozle, so it can still buy some time. But it's not very safe, and it is also still near the gens that need to be completed, which is very dangerous in the 3v1. Going down in the 3-gen makes the save immensely more difficult, and does vault. Vaults back? Maybe? Slow vault? Did not hear him. Where did it? Playing a little bit of magic trick, but he does get found and does go down. Possible painters here. And let's see. We have... Where are the gens? I know we have Gallows. I believe we have one at the bottom of the street as well. Let's see how good the 3-gen is for the 3v1 here. Yeah, that's at Gallows as well. Nearing the regression limit. Oh, all 4 gens, excuse me, are on this bottom side of the map. Even better than I thought. I thought there was still one top side, but that is incorrect. So this is yeah, this could be a very tough 3v1. Would not be surprised to see him just go for the tag, let Kirby have main building away from any generators. If the chase isn't in the gens, Gbot does not care right now. Can slowly rack up the injuries and just work towards his win con here. There's so much regression still to work with. It does find Kirby a little bit out of position. Will likely make the window here, though. Yeah, forcing the uncloak. Door break will come through. They know about no bamboozle by this point in the game. So that door does have to get broken, and he is dying away from the gens here. So something could get done. If there is progress on some of those deeper gens that were not checked, this could backfire, but yeah, likely just going to slug here. As he is not a pain res anymore, and he does opt to slug. Midwest still injured. Hero somewhere on the map healthy, unsure. Trying to squeeze out those last 2 gens. They can only give up 2 more stages if they are going to get out of this match with a win. Finds the healthy survivor. We'll have some tiles still to work with on the top side of this map. Chases have not been used up here much. Tries to fake with any means. I respect it, but Gbot does not fall for it, unfortunately. And still stuck at this tile. Not much else to go. The pickup comes through on Kirby, so we know where every survivor is. No unbreakable allowed at this tier of killer. Excellent play on the windows, chaining with this tile, buying good time away to try to get the reset, most likely on those 2 other survivors. Being injured in this 3v1 is just such a death sentence. Yeah, reset comes through onto Kirby. Midwest still injured, but this is a pain res, so any gen progress they had will likely about to evaporate. Survivor's healthy again, but the resources are thinning. Even the top setters, yeah, that's their highest progress gen in this 3v1. I think Gbot has this secured for the win at this point. We will likely be seeing our tiebreaker clown set. Finds the survivor, not very sneaky as he thinks he is behind the cactus. This has already been a pain res though, so if he does commit to this chase, they'll at least have that going for them. But there's not much here. It's going to be a free tag, and he is headed back towards the campground. Still have some pallets here, but this is also very close to the gens. So if he goes down again, he'll likely take that hook, even just for the hook positioning. You know, there will not be any regression there. Save comes through onto Hero in the meantime by Midwest, but no gen progress at all for that first part of the chase. Tries to get the vault with a quick and quiet, but Gbot ready and gets the down instantly. Yes, opting to pick, likely going to take this deeper into his 4-gen that he is holding, and it's going to be very, very tough for Azureus survivors to get out of this this 4-gen, honestly. I don't think they're going to be able to get any more gens done at this point. It's going to be very, very difficult with the hook cycling that is happening. The sloppy heals taking so long, resources burned, not a lot to keep yourself alive for extended chases against a Wraith. Can just run you down, and yeah, high regression on the build, no corrupt. Paying off. Looking for some edge map stealth, going for the save. Does not quite find anyone yet. The reset did come through. Finds a survivor working, blocking the window here. He gets a very quick tag. And opting just to pop this gent, looks like. Happy with his tag, knows the other survivors are on the hook, and likely going to go back and pressure them so they cannot heal. Get full value out of his sloppy butcher here. If the survivors are indeed healing at their hook, they are. Very, very risky. Yeah, the sloppy heal gets interrupted, all that time wasted, progress lost. And it looks like we're going to be going for a tunnel under Kirby now, who might make it. No borrowed time remaining, and that will be the 2v1 at 2 gens remaining still, as well as securing the win con here at 7 hook stages. Trying to fake the saddle play with a crouch. Hero going for the mind games here. But yeah, not much else they can do. That will secure the win. We will be going to the Clown tiebreaker after this match. It's just a matter of if Azureus can manage to get any more gens done to improve their win con here. Or improve the result, excuse me. Gbot gone for a little bit of a swing on the fence. But Midwest not getting hit by that. We'll make window here. No pallet available. Not in chase either. Can just wait until one of them has to break. All right, no, still not in chase actually. There it goes. Entity not worried about that window until the chase starts. We'll make this window as well, but with the door already broken as we've seen, it's not that safe, but still can buy some good time. A little bit of mind game by Gbot. Hero likely working a gen, but at this point, Gbot has the luxury of committing to whatever chase he wants, as 2 gens have no risk of popping, with only 1 survivor able to work on them. Good chase by Midwest here though, buying a lot of time. And a little bit of an early swing there by Gbot as well, so might make the pallet even on this wraparound. Good stun. And Azureus Survivors still showing what they can do in Chase. Very good showing by them in both the Plague set and the Wraith set from what we've seen so far. Just a very, very steep win con, and the tunnel out came early enough where this heavy regression build was all that Gbot needed. Hero on this drops off Gallows, and this will likely be the final chase. Greeds the pallet, gets punished for it. A little bit of point tech saying he wants to play this pallet now. But Hero knows he is doomed, and that is the 4K2 for Gbot. A very strong showing on the Wraith. And we will be going to Clown. The Clown tiebreak. So with how good Azureus has been on their M1 chase, this could be anyone's game, honestly. This is a very good matchup so far. Just got a last little formality here. Pick up Midwest. Put him somewhere on a hook to die, and that will be the 4K2. It looks like the Gallows gen actually fully regression blocked, as well as that Pain Res should have hit it, but it is still pumping away. Yeah, full regression block on that gen. Gbot got all the value he could have asked for. A little bit of bar tech to end us off, and we will be back with Clown shortly. Series tied up 1-1. Vicinal versus Azureus. Alright, we are back with Grindhouse Week 8, Vicinal versus Azureus. Set 3 Clown on Wrecker's Yard. We have Gbot again on the killer with pretty standard add-ons, and my favorite personal perk on Clown currently, the Rapid Brutality. As throwing bottles does not slow down the Clown, and you get that extra speed boost after the hit, it can be pretty oppressive in Chase. Luckily, I'm going to get a very early Shack pallet out of Hero DBD here. I'm likely gonna drop that chase as we look for other survivors working the available gens while Corrupt is down. Finds Kirby. I believe I heard a totem break there. I could be wrong, but there's no rune or anything on this set, so not sure why a totem was being done there. All right, just misheard. A very good tag onto Kirby. Goes back for the pallet drop as well, as he does not have a tile to chain this to. A little bit of a dead zone in this corner, and unless he can make the window. But she opts not to, actually does not vault, and likely will make it now. Breaks the pallet and makes it into some safety on this double window tile. Choosing to stay, yeah, it goes to the edge map pallet. My mistake, thought he went deeper in. A dirty swing with the haste buff there from Rapid and the bottle. And yeah, just right through the pallet. Kirby was not expecting that swing as he faked the reload as well. So a very, very good fake there by Gbot. Pain Res as well, hitting an active generator. We hear the scream in the background. And it looks like it was this gen, as it is already regressing and was the highest progress. A little bit of progress here, as well as some scratch marks. So this hook near the active gens, or being as close as it is to the active gens, is pretty rough for the survivors here, as their early progress is pretty much lost. They are not going to be able to get back on that gen unless they get a quick hook, or a quick save rather. As we see our Corey here on the Dwight, just doing a little harassment with the bottles, wasting survivors' time, making them not be able to commit to the generators. The generator in the distance gets popped near the truck that spawns over there. Worried about the save, looking like they might go for a double here. And Gbot trying to confirm the second stage, which it's going to be close. Survivors have to do this quickly, but should be able. Does get the hit onto Corey, and now the hit on a Hero. The double save is successful. Only one stage on the board so far, but now a lot more injuries to deal with. Rapid Brutality off of those hits on the hook, helping catch up to Kirby very quickly. Firecracker does not blind the killer, but does allow the pallet drop and some distance by Kirby, as he's going to be able to make it to this tractor, crane pallet, excuse me. Which is pretty safe, and just going to be broken by Gbot immediately. Out of bottles though, so yeah, forces the reload, gets a little bit more distance, but not much else to go with that distance other than this pallet here. So just gonna wait behind the pallet, and does he even make it back? He does not. Emoting though, threatening the pallet save. Gbot not scared, picks up. Is anyone nearby? And no, but they do get a gen pop for the chase in the meanwhile. Tanner's already used on Kirby, that will be stage 2. But good gen pressure by the survivors here. Shack will unfortunately get popped, but at least one, and a lot of progress on that Shack for Gbot to contend with. Is going to have to keep pressure up for that Shack to not be popped. Does find an injured Corey here. It's going to be another fast down. This will be a pain res. If he opts to hook, he might go back for the tunnel out here on a Kirby up, and as the save does come through. So survivors at least ready for that. Pain res though, likely hitting Shack as well. Most of the survivors' progress gone at this point. 2 injuries, 2 pain res down. A heal quickly does come onto Kirby. He'll have to play very safe here to not be the tunnel out now, but he is spotted going away from these active gens. Both survivors there. I think that was the injured one as well. There's Midwest who got the save. Hero somewhere else on the map, unseen, likely working a generator. Maybe going for Corey. Does find Midwest. Kirby too deep on the other side of the map. The chem trap on the pallet there. But unfortunately, Gbot does not make it back around the rock with the slow from the clown bottles. So that chem trap pallet does not get much value. Another possible pain res coming in here. The unhook comes in onto Corey. Pain res again, indeed. So yeah, gen progress definitely hurting for the survivors at this point. But they are looking like they're going to be able to reset at least the unhook survivor. Hero maybe still off in the distance somewhere. Have not seen him in a hot minute. You see one there going into the gym. Getting a little bit of haste bottle here. As he's trapped on his pallet. This is the tunnel out, so already injured. And will likely be committed to a 3v1 at 3 gens. Could spell a very good result here for Gbot. As avoids the slow, but there's no pallet near this generator, so we'll just be going down. Firecracker already burned, unless the flashlight is here. It's just going to be a tunnel out at 3 gens. A very, very good start for Gbot. Rapid brutality, just so oppressive on Clown. I love it. Alright, heals come through, everyone's healthy, and we are in the 3v1 now, with 3 gens remaining. And as far as I'm aware, not a lot of gen progress. Using his haste bottles on this LO wall here on the jungle gym. Hero might also get the haste bottle there. I believe caught the end of that. Should make the pallet. Drops it. Vaults back and gets hit though for that. Oh, does not. My mistake. Tires are stronger than survivors. So those have to go down first. Gets another pallet drop though, playing safe. A little bit of interesting bottle closing there. I thought that went over the wall, but hey, whatever. Does not vault the pallet. Does make the window here, but oh, excellent fake on the pallet by Hero there. Very, very good pathing, but I don't know that he has much else around. Good pathing on the rock, but is not able to make it back to the gym, unfortunately. And does go down, and this is our last pain res, I believe. So whatever gen progress they have is probably about to go away. With a 7% on that as well. Very unfortunate. We got the final pain res of the game used. 6 stages now. Everybody has been hooked once, and 1 guy is dead. Pain res available. The Gbot likely going to go towards that missed skill check, as he knows the survivor is working on that gen. It looks like we are checking this deep gen first in the deep pocket. High progress. Would not be surprised to see him go for a pop, but catches the survivor on the double window tile here. The bottle slowing him down will be a hit, and now we're going to go back for that pop. Injuries matter so much in the 3v1. Just so much pressure. Does not need to even commit to the down for the survivors to feel that pressure. Unhook comes through, likely from Corey, as that was a little bit fast for Midwest to get there. And yet, Gbot using his haste bottles to get back to the unhook, make sure no heal is able to come through. No sloppy to interrupt it, but can still pressure, and an excellent swing there from Gbot. As Corey is not quite quick enough on the reaction to make that vault. But does make a strong little pallet here, will likely have to be broken. Reload coming through from Gbot. Clown's extra bottles has 6 now. Gen gets popped in the distance, so well done. Down to 2 gens remaining though, and not a lot of resources left on the map. Swings through that pallet and does get the down as well as the reverse stun, so a little bit of unfortunate timing there. This will be second hook onto Corey. 2 survivors still injured. This is going to be tough, but this hook is gone, so it is going to have to take a little bit further into the map. No more pain reses. If survivors can die away from their gens, they still could play this 3v1 and get these remaining gens complete, but it's going to be very, very difficult with everyone injured. Another missed skill check there as they leave the gen, like they're just a 7%. This gen's progress is going to be obliterated by Pop Goes the Weasel. Let's see, we got Shack, we got that deep gen, and I believe we have more near the hook, unfortunately, as we see a survivor crossing still injured. Likely going to be committing this chase. A speed bottle thrown on the pallet, as well as a slowdown. A little bit canceling each other out there with the antidote, but oh, a little bit early swing makes Shack window. It's pretty big. Hero's pathing. Very, very strong. Tries to avoid the bottle, but does still get slowed by it, and I do not believe makes this window as the hit comes through. Pull did come through on Corey in the meantime, though. So gen pressure could be active as, yeah, G-Bot does not want to pick that. Worried about gens with everyone being injured. Finds one survivor running off into the deep pocket distance away from the gens, and Midwest here trapped at this good rock pallet, but even a good pallet is not good enough against Clown slowdown. Is forced to go in the locker. Corey, meanwhile, picks up Hero. Good splits, but yeah, this is going to be a pop onto this gen with high progress, as well as the second hook here onto Midwest. Survivor's just slowly bleeding out in this 3v1, not able to last long enough with the resources burned and Clown's slowdown bottles, pressuring them through these injuries. They'd likely at least want to make this a 4K1, as that will be a much easier, still a difficult win con, but much easier than a 4K2 will be, so. Azureus likely wanting to keep pressure up and get at least one more generator, splitting the Clown's limited mobility across the map. The gen split is pretty good here, but everyone's still injured. The chases are going to be very, very quick, most likely. It's going to be very difficult. And yeah, no pallet here. Doesn't make it to the edge map. Does go down. If the pull does not come through immediately on the Midwest, they're going to just be falling in further behind her. Does get the pull. But yeah, a pop going to be on this gen. May not even use it on this gen, as they're likely to be doubled the gen near the hook. G-Bot's likely to know that as well, but is just going to commit the regression here. As with both injured, he's likely just to get another down near the far gen as well. And if no one comes to save Hero, everybody is on death hook now. Any more downs are a possible death as long as G-Bot commits to picking and hooking that survivor. Haste Bottle looking around, see if we can find a possible reset. Finds scratch marks instead, actually. Corey in a very dangerous position. Does have a down pallet here, but the bottle's just too much of a slowdown and hit on the rock as G-Bot commits, and that's going to put us into the 2v1. And likely going to be the 4K2 for G-Bot. Gen progress, it's going to be popped here at this rock, and even if both survivors double that deep regen, I do not think it's going to be enough. As no heal coming through, they likely are trying to slowly either split or get that last little bit of pressure. But as it was popped after last hook, yeah, Haste Bottle just trying to make sure he gets there in time in case of any doubling shenanigans. And yeah, no, they stopped progression, but that's about it. Not much more progress on this gen. And it's going to be very hard to stealth this out with being still injured. Does not find a survivor back there, though. Likely trying to reset no sloppy. They could be 99ing each other and waiting for the heal. Does find Hero, though. Hero's chases have been excellent all day, but against the Clown, yeah, with nothing left on the map, it's not going to be enough. As long as he finds Midwest, that will secure the 4K2 here. A very strong result on Wreckers as we see Midwest in the distance crossing during the reload, so that will likely lock up the 4K2 here for G-Bot and for Vicinal. Very, very strong win con. And likely what they want going into their survivor side. I imagine they'd be pretty happy with this. Trying to get more chem trap value. Some nodders. Not gonna kick. Never kick the chem trap. I see. Oh, there he goes. Perk value right there. Perk value. Makes the window here, a little bit of flashlight. But yeah, that's the lock up 4K2. Hero maybe gets out on hatch, but likely not. He's close enough here, he will be able to walk over and close it or pick Hero if he's waiting on it slugged. So it should be a clean 4K2 here for G-Bot. Excellent result. As we haste bottle over to the hatch. Hero is nowhere near. A couple little formalities left, and yeah, no adrenaline here, nothing of the sort. So Hero will bleed out either way, has already been fresh hooked, and we find him in the distance. So yeah, 4K2. Well played by Gbot. And Azureus' killer has a tall order ahead of him. We'll be back shortly with the final game of this set. All right, we are back with Grindhouse Week 8, the final game of the day. We have Kirby on the Clown for Azureus with a very steep win con to meet versus the survivors of Vicinal with a no corrupt totem build here. So playing into his aggressive win con, knows he needs quick downs. Corrupt is not going to play much here. We see Survivor Teabagging trying to get some attention on the Shack and get a chase going, as people want to get on gens in strategic spots, likely realizing there are totems in play already. Strong as the totem perks are on Wreckers, as swings through the pallet as instead of reloading. And very nice hit on a Gray, actually. Just wins that mind game. And some undying value as well on that tile. You can see Gray perfectly, and Gray should know. Undying does get revealed on the side there, but still just holding patiently. It's gonna force the pallet break, even with Ore reading, a very safe pallet. And yeah, going to take chase in this pocket around, going to the edge map tile now. Progress on those generators. We can hear some in the back there as we chase. Unfortunate miss skill check as the chase has to go there. A body block coming through. Excellently done by Sweaty Nursewing, and we are still going to be committing to Gray on this truck. Bottle's already gone though, so Gray feels safe to run. We see another more gen progress in the distance there. As we go back, Totem is seen on this tile as well with a chem trap. More chem trap value. Let's go. But no, back to the edge map filler. Does not get that hit on Gray at the pallet. Does make the window as well, but likely will be down. And the Undying value, you see Sweaty Nursemaid running away towards Shack. So just going to be taking the hook here, it looks like. No gens completed quite yet. And Rune getting some regression value. A Pain Res coming through here soon. First gen pops, second gen pops as well. So a good starting split by Vicinal survivors and a good start towards the win con they need. Only 2 more gens need to pop for Vicinal to take this set. Breaking the chem trap now. We'll get some value even though we're not in chase. Killer gets to look silly a little bit. And throw a little haste bottle. Break another pallet, just cleaning up the map. But Kirby does not have the luxury of holding a 3-gen with the win con of 4K2 for Tycon of 4K2, excuse me. Another gen complete is the Tycon. So this is going to be very, very tough for him to hold. And camping this might backfire, honestly. There are safe enough gens in the distance, even with Rune, and that was not a Pain Res as well, so I think he's just hoping for them to trade aggressively, but survivors are happy just to work their gens, it looks like. As he is near one of the totems. So Rune is going to be up as long as this hook is held. But if the survivors are just working the gens patiently in the distance, Rune will not be doing anything for him, unfortunately. No Pensamento yet either for survivors to deal with. Gray will be going second stage, it looks like. No one going to be there in time for the pull. And we're going to be leaving now and getting Rune value on this gen, pressuring Gbot off. Finds a second survivor here as well behind the dumpster. Bottles are flying, but no slowdown yet. Even dodges that and finally gets the slowdown onto Ada as she fakes the pallet. Kirby falls forward a little bit, but does get the M1 in the end. Save still not coming through onto Gray as we are committing to the chase here on Ada. The save comes through now. And we are in this chase around this completed gen on this slightly worse jungle gen there with the short wall. Makes it to the edge. The truck filler here tries to fake the swing with a reload again. Does not work twice. Ada taking her distance and makes it to a very good bus style spawn away from all of the generators. Kirby does not want to commit to that chase, and a gen pops even as he drops. That's the Tycon with 2 stages on the board for Vicinal survivors. Kirby is going to need a lot of pressure to get this win con, and the heal even comes around to Gray, so a ton of unlikely anytime soon. These bottles, unfortunately, just not connecting with the survivors, and they're not getting the slowdown value for Clown's chase. Hit comes through, but we need downs, not just hits at this point. If Kirby's going to meet this win con. A missed skill check on the 7% there. We see a survivor behind the truck, but I believe they were healthy. And yeah, just pressure split so much. Bottles still flying everywhere. Lots of pink gas, but we see the Sweaty Nurse Main making it around Shack. Not slowed down quite yet. This one should connect. Yeah, good slowdown there, but might even still make the Shack pallet. Hits to be close. Does not quite make the Shack pallet. As she is injured. Good slowdown through that window. That does actually connect. I was unsure about that throw. I like that little shot. Gonna be able to safely drop the Shack pallet though and get distance. And still not a down though. No pain res. Rune's still active, but without a hook to pressure, its Rune's not going to be getting too much value, unfortunately. Kirby has, and the gen split is excellent. This is going to be a very tough win condition. One more gen pops, and Vicinal secures the win. Got 2 survivors in this bottle over here. We know there's 2 survivors. They might try to heal. Looks like they're just pressuring the gen, though. Now leaving, playing aggressively on these. Survivors know they have the luxury of playing aggressive. If he commits to these chases, as long as there is a survivor on the other side of the map working the gens, the win con will likely be met. We're on chase now with Ada at these LTs, and failed Firecracker, but a good attempt, and that was a very long lunge there by the Clown. Ada does go down, slow down, and the lunge paying off. And does look it down. A pain res. This has to be a pain res for Kirby, or a gen almost assuredly pops. Here's the pain res. Alright, we get a missed skill check as well, a little bit fortunate. 4 survivors alive though. Excellent gen split pretty much all the way across the map. As small of a map as it is, Clown still has no mobility as a killer, just can walk. This is still going to be tough for Kirby, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 survivors still injured, and yeah, there's the win con met. It's not quite enough bottles hitting. Chase is not quite enough pressure. Onryo were not enough as long as 4 survivors are alive. And yes, Vicinal cinches the win there with that, and we likely get it down here on Grey though. This will be the 3v1. Could still see a 4K by Kirby here with this kill at 1 gen. 3 injured survivors, so still, and this could be a pain res as well onto Grey. We did not get one on the first hook in the second. No pain res, and in fact the 4th gen does pop. Excellent gen pressure by Vicinal. Adrenaline, I believe, on G-Bot there. And the gates are split. No no-ed here, no in-game perks due to the win con. A heal comes through on dead. Survivors know that there is going to be no no-ed. And yeah, no one on the gate yet. Playing a little bit patient. Likely healing somewhere else near where that gen popped. But we know screams from the bottles there. Reloading. Going to be patrolling these gates now. And Vicinal are likely going to take their time. Heal up Sweaty Nurse Main and try to get as many survivors out as they can. Unfortunate trees and a rock here blocking vision of this gate, but no progress yet. They cleanse a totem just in case it is no-ed. But that was just the Undying. And Rune Pendamento unfortunately not doing much at this stage of the game. Just throwing some bottles, trying to catch any stealthing survivors near these gates that might be out of vision, but inside of the spread range of the clouds. Nursemaid's still not healed, so just biding their time, playing it slow. There's the heal. See the Jake G-Bot there as well. Does not quite get slowed as he comes back. Quick tag on by Kirby. See what he can do here. If the survivors are on the deep pocket gate, might just be able to get them out that way. Would result in a 7-stage match, so not bad. And yeah, with G-Bot buying timer on this pallet, likely what is happening is indeed taking it down. The slow vault. Sweaty Nursemaid here with this flashlight as well, actually. Not by the gate, not willing to give up just yet and leave the hook stages to the Clown. Staying even later for the flashlight save. Does get the tag though. So no flashlight save likely to come through. Just played super aggressively. They know their win con's already met. They're playing greedy. They want a flashlight save. But no, Dead will be leaving now with the gate open. Or not. They want everybody out. Dead, not gonna happen. Kirby is going to be able to secure these last two survivors. But the win con will still be gotten by Vicinal here. Final result's going to end up being 2-1 Vicinal. But an excellent showing by Azureus all around. The survivors had some excellent chases, especially in the plague set earlier. It was a very good result by them. And yeah, it's going to be the little bit of weird hook not going in there. But yeah, well played by Vicinal, well played by Azureus. The G-Bot's killer just getting a little bit better of him. As we get a haste bottle onto G-Bot himself. He might be given the gate here. There's not many hooks around here. Looks like he's just letting him out. A nice clown. Gotta respect the fit. And that will be it for the streamed games for Grindhouse today. So thank you everybody for watching. And we'll have week 9 next week. I believe on Thursday as well.